Good afternoon, everybody. Our clock up there is a little slow. It's just shortly after 1, so we're going to get started. So my introductions. My name is Ken McClure, I'm the Sac County Sheriff.
Ben Smith, Sac County Attorney.
My name is Terry Colster. I'm with the Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation. And we'd just like to begin by letting you know that the purpose of our conference this afternoon is just to publicly announce the arrest of Tracy Richter Roberts for the death of Dustin Weedy. It's not to go into specifics or to identify details related to the new evidence in this case. Those facts will come out as this moves through the judicial process. Sheriff McClure is going to read the official release that went out, which you probably all have.
Yesterday, Iowa law enforcement arrested 45-year-old Tracy Ann Richter Roberts for the 2001 death of 20-year-old Dustin Weedy in early Iowa. Richter Roberts is charged with murder in the first degree, a Class A felony, and she is currently being held in the Douglas County Jail in Omaha, Nebraska. On December 13, 2001, at approximately 7:07 p.m., the Sac County Communications Center received a 911 call requesting assistance at the residence of Michael and Tracy Roberts, located at 105 West South Avenue in early Iowa. Upon arrival, law enforcement met Tracy Roberts and her 3 children inside the residence. Dustin Weedy was found dead of multiple gunshot wounds in the upstairs master bedroom. Roberts told investigators Weedy and another unknown person attacked her, but she was able to secure a handgun, fire, and strike Weedy. Roberts claims that it was the second individual fled before law enforcement arrived. This individual has never been located or identified. Through the course of the 10-year investigation, law enforcement recovered evidence and information indicating the death of Weedy was planned and executed by Roberts. We will, at this point, answer some very limited questions that you may have.
Can you give us any more details on the investigation that took 10 years, why you were able to make the arrest now, anything more than just she had planned this, that this was premeditated?
Terry?
Back in 2009, the Sac County Sheriff's Office and DCI sat down and decided to re-examine this entire case. We've had investigators from both agencies that have retired that originally worked on the case. We had new investigators and officers come in, and we decided to give it a fresh look, to re-examine everything. And over the course of the last 2 years, we have closely examined all aspects of this case. We've interviewed new people, we've re-interviewed people, we've closely examined the evidence, and closely re-examined statements made during the course of the investigation. All of those things led to the arrest of Tracy Roberts yesterday.
Was that witness who came forward that was mentioned in the arrest warrant, was that the key piece that led to the arrest, or?
It was a piece. It was no one thing. It was just a combination of several different things that led to yesterday's arrest.
Can you say what that evidence was that was in the gentleman's vehicle? Yeah. But it was planted there allegedly to make it look like a home invasion?
That's what our beliefs are.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit more about this key witness. I haven't gotten that press release or anything, any information regarding it. Was there a witness that came forward recently, or?
Well, I don't know if all witnesses that involved in this case we treated as key witnesses. I mean, they're all important. They've all given important information related to the case. As I mentioned, there is no one piece. It's a combination of a lot of different things that led to the arrest.
What initially sparked your interest in 2009 to reinvestigate this case? Was there anything in particular that stood out, or was that there was, you didn't find this other man that was in the house, or what was it specifically that sparked your interest in 2009?
Well, the case was never closed, and as Sheriff McClure and I have talked, Kenny, if you want to talk about it, we just took a fresh look at it. We had fresh investigators take a look at it. Really, that's where it began. The case had never been closed, and we do these periodically, we examine cases like this.
Her son corroborated her story at the time, right? I mean, can you speak to that at all?
Again, that's one of those areas in the investigation that we're not prepared to discuss today.
So the second person, you think he didn't exist then?
That's our belief.
Okay.
Is there any motive behind this? Do you have any reason why she would premeditate a murder?
I think that, we discussed this before, although motive's not, necessary element for the crime of murder, we have what we believe a very strong motive. And that's not something that we're going to be able to discuss at this time. Like the sheriff and like Special Agent in charge Kluster said, that's stuff that's going to come out. So,
can you discuss the relationship between Roberts and the 20-year-old Weedy in any greater detail? Other than, I know that the AP listed him as a family friend, but can you go into any more detail than that?
I think that would be a good description.
Did you have any problems locating Roberts prior to the very first hearing? She was obviously arrested in Omaha. Did you have any problems knowing where her whereabouts were from 2001 till 2009 and forward?
We have been working very closely with the Douglas County Sheriff's Office in Omaha, Nebraska. We worked with their investigative unit for the last 2 or 3 years, and they had a pretty good idea of where she was at and where she was living.
What about Mr. Roberts? I know that he was out of town when this happened. Is there any charges pending against him?
No, not at this point.
Is there any reason to think that he may be involved with this premeditated murder?
there's no reason. None.
How many gunshot wounds did he have?
9.
Victim? 9? Did she miss at all? Were there any other bullets recovered in the room? How many times did she fire the gun?
There were a total of 11 shots fired.
Okay. From 2 different handguns?
We're not going to get into the specifics there.
Okay.
I guess something else I'd like to add is that the re-examination of these cases takes a considerable amount of time and manpower, and the resources dedicated by both the Sac County Attorney, the Sac County Sheriff's Office, and DCI were substantial, and a lot of time and effort went into this case, and it's led us to this point too.
Any idea on when an arraignment might be? I assume that the case is going to be tried here in the state of Iowa as opposed to Omaha. So any idea when that might happen?
She is currently in the Douglas County Jail in Omaha. We have not received word yet of an initial appearance. During that process, she's going to have to waive extradition. If she does not waive extradition, then it could be quite a lengthy process, I believe up to 90 days before she's back in Iowa.
How many people have you re-interviewed for this?
I mean, that's, if it's okay, Terry, that's not something that, specifics as to, the nature of things or the general nature of things and to numbers and things like that, it's not appropriate at this point in time to be discussing those things. All those things, I know that you guys, would love to have that information. It's important that we keep that stuff close to us. We just can't release it at this time. So.
And 10 years for a case like this is a long time. I mean, is it unusual for you guys to make an arrest like this after it has been 10 years?
Well, I mean, is it okay, Terry, to take that? I mean, there's no statute of limitations on murder. I mean, there's a reason why. These cases are very delicate, and they require a lot of thought, and they require a lot of teamwork. And unfortunately, sometimes it takes a while for stuff to come together, and so.
Have you been into contact with Weedy's family at all?
Yes.
Can you share any conversations there, the reaction to this?
I yesterday did not speak with Weedy's family personally. The agent that was with me did, and what she said, I'm not for sure, but the mother has been notified, yes. Okay.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.